I choose no more fear. I choose no more shame. I choose to live in love. I am light, I am grace. I choose no more fear. I choose no more shame. I choose to live in love. I am light, I am grace. I choose no more fear. I choose no more shame. I choose to live in love. I am light, I am grace.
Good evening, family.
I choose no more fear.
A sudden live stream coming to you on a Thursday night, the 15th of September, because there are important things to talk about. Join me. Show me your names on the screen. Let's have a bit of fun together. Woo! We are alive, family. We are alive. With all the craziness, we are still alive. Hello, family. Hello. Happy Thursday. This is Choose to Live Life in Love. Choose to Live in Love by Sam Jarrett. Beautiful, beautiful family, beautiful people. Hello, hermano Steven. Hello, brother Robert. I'm happy to see my brothers with me all the time. That's fantastic. Hello, Jules. Hello, Erin. Erin saying, why, yay! Hello, Tanya. Hello, Christy. Hello, Shalom, Dana. Welcome, Shalom, Roll King. Hello, brother Roll King. There's the family coming together. Let's get together. Yay! Oh, I've decided to come to you tonight. Let me make sure that the levels of the music are good so it's not overwhelming the chat. I have decided to come to you. Oh, I'm seeing it's a bit too loud. I hope that now the levels are better. I hope I didn't blast your ears. I just noticed it was a bit too loud. So, hello Grace, hello. Thursday night, Ami, what happens? Thursday night, suddenly love stream. Well, what's going on? Are you bored? Yeah, you know. First of all, yeah, I'm all alone here at home. When you find yourself as a single parent and you're all by yourself, you've got some more free time to do things and get together with the people you love in the environment you love. So that's one reason, but it's not the main reason. The main reason is because there's quite intense energy coming our way, so I thought it would be very important to come at you and do a shorter version of Love Stream so I can share with you all the amazing things that are coming. But yeah, let's listen to this song for a moment until everyone get together. It's a beautiful part. Listen to this.
I grow like the trees.
Let's enjoy some music, healing. Hello, Brother Bharat and Rukshika. Hello, Bridget. Well, let's sing one chorus with them. There we go.
I sing like the birds. I grow like the trees. I choose to live in love. I am joy. I am ease. I sing like the birds, and I grow like the trees. Well, I choose to live in love. I am joy. I choose no more fear. I choose.
Beautiful vibe. Very beautiful vibe. If you need some music, positive music to be with you during the day, this is another good one. Sam Jarrett, I Choose to Live in Love. Beautiful, beautiful song. So, family, I want to do it short and sweet. And when I say short and sweet, I usually love stream around 2 hours. We're not going to do 2 hours tonight. This is just, I'm going to talk specifically on the coming few days into the weekend. We have a very interesting dynamic of planetary alignment building up. So let me now move to the Mahamritanya mantra as always to gather us in the background. And here we go. Meditative. Let's connect. Let's take a deep breath together. What a crazy life we're living. What a crazy life. So much is happening in the world. So much is happening in our personal lives. We expected this time, we were preparing for this time, and yet we find ourselves still hit by this time. So let's make sense of it all. Hello, Ruth. Welcome, Ruth. Good to see you. Erin, thank you for the appreciation. That's awesome to feel. And Bridget, hello, Bridget. Welcome. So, let me now fix my window here. I hope the mantra is in good levels. Let's take it a bit lower. Okay, let's look at the chart. Let's see where we are. Sun is on 22 degrees of Virgo. Okay? Venus 12 degrees of Virgo. So both Venus and the Sun are in Virgo. Mercury retrograde in Libra just moved back to the 7th degree. We've got Mars here on the 13th degree of Gemini. We've got the Moon on 25th degree of Taurus, just passed today, from yesterday into today. The Moon has passed through the North Node and Uranus. So earlier today, if you had a bit of anxiety, a bit of nervous system activity, a bit of sudden things happening, maybe challenging your emotional body, your feelings. I had, for example, funny enough, Taurus, my real estate agent was kind of like treating me in a bad way. I never spoke to her in my life, and suddenly she was really misbehaving. And I was like, sorry, I don't appreciate your approach. I want to speak to your manager. Then I had to speak to the manager and explain to the manager, and the manager apologized. We had a nice chat. We did a Mercury retrograde in Libra. We communicated in a polite, what's the word? Come on, I lost the word suddenly. Diplomatic way of communication, of explaining the misunderstanding that happened and the misbehavior that happened. We created a peaceful understanding and we went along the way. But that was interesting because the Moon on top of Uranus, that's what she did to me. She kind of came and she kind of did this sudden, unexpected blah, 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 blah. I was like, excuse me, who are you? Like, what do you want from me? So I don't know what happened to you, but this was yesterday into today, the Moon on top of North Node and Uranus in Taurus. Then, so now the Moon is still in Taurus as we speak now. So here we are feeling our connection, our family, Taurus, love relationship. We're spending quality time with the energy that we enjoy being a part of, and what do we value, how we value our time, and where we want to spend our time. Chiron 15 degrees of Aries over here. Jupiter 5 degrees of Aries. All of them retrograde, yeah? Neptune 24 degree of Aries. Saturn 19 degrees Aquarius. Pluto 26 degree Capricorn. We are in the middle of retrograde city galore to the maximum potential. We are at the moment in a very rare situation where we have 6 out of 7 planets retrograding. This is happening 0.07% of the time. So it's very challenging by itself because not much is happening, not much is moving forward, not much is really progressing. Everything is more like held in the same place for introspection and redefinition and looking at things and understanding things and configuring things. So, Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Uranus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, that's 6, and then Mars is already in shadow. So Mars is now in shadow, and on the 30th of October, Mars is going retrograde as well. But we are in this period of time where we have 6 planets retrograding only for a little while, because soon enough Pluto will go direct. So Mercury is now retrograde, so that's why we became 7. Very soon Pluto is going direct. Mercury in 2 weeks will go direct, will go down to 5 and then 4, and then Saturn direct. So as we go now from October into the end of the year, into the beginning of next year, we're slowly going to have all these big moving planets slowly moving direct. But right now we are in the peak of retrograde. So that's challenge aspect 1, which is quite big. It's quite big. But now I'm going to show you a lot of interplays that are happening within this retrograde that are mind-blowing. We can talk about it for hours. I can spend here half a day with you just to go over things again and again and again and show you different things, but I'm gonna try and make it as efficient as possible. Chat room. I had anger today. Yeah, poor fire alarm. Yeah, yes. Charlotte, hello, Charlotte and the family. Yes, I will talk about the anger. So, now, the fact that we have 6 planets retrograding is one thing. Now, the second thing, in the more personal, immediate environment kind of aspect, is the fact that Mercury is retrograde. Mercury retrograde is getting a lot of the highlights, a lot of the headlines all the time, but the fact is that Mercury is the planet that goes the most retrograde, maybe three times a year, sometimes even 4. But when Mercury goes retrograde, it's our personal environment that is affected the most. So it's our communication, it's our expression, it's our perception, it's how we think, it's how we process, it's how we express and exchange. It's our cars, our computers, our mobile phones, our emails, our post box, our the most personal interactive components of life in the day by day. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it's always the time where we can have hiccups, miscommunications, misunderstandings, confusion, changes, sudden changes, things happen unexpectedly, kind of like the car breaks down or the computer breaks down or the mobile phone breaks down, or suddenly someone changed an appointment time on you and that changes your entire schedule and stuffed you up, and things like that. So that's one challenging aspect by itself. I will recommend everyone who wants to go deeper into Mercury retrograde to listen to our last live stream, love stream, because I spoke intensely about this period of Mercury retrograde with the alignments that it's doing to Neptune and Jupiter. Before I continue, I want to do something that I usually forget to do, which is asking for your support. So please press like on this movie and spread it around, share it with your friends, with your family, people that you think will be interested. We're not trying to push ourselves into anyone, we're just offering. If you want to support us further and you enjoy this, please join our patreon.com/healingdelight. This is our online community where we are connected each and every day about different topics, and we are sharing a lot of goodies. So please join us there and support us there if you wish to be a part of that. But yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. We are growing slowly, and it's always nice to feel some support in that form. Other than that, this coming Saturday we have our monthly sound healing event at Here Yoga in Malvern. There are a few places left for the evening group at 6 p.m. and there's a few places left for the 2 p.m. And so the energy I'm going to talk about today is all leading to Saturday, and we are actually doing the sound healing meditation at the peak potency of this challenging energy. So it will be very beneficial to place yourself in a good environment, in a healing environment, in a meditative environment where you can actually heal and connect and align and meditate and relax. Yeah, it will help you a lot. So if you want to join us, the booking link is in the blurb of this movie. If you open the information underneath the screen in the YouTube, you will find the booking link there. It can also be found on our website, which is right underneath me, healingdelight.com. So yeah, join us. We'd love to see you in person and take you on a healing journey with spirit. And now let's get going. Namaste Mansi. Hello Peter from Bali. Bharat, Rukshik and Bharat, speaking of Mercury technical issues through this week for us, our ducted heating was playing havoc. Yeah, here we go. So remember, it doesn't break down in order for us to get frustrated, upset, annoyed, confused, troubled, anxious, all this. This is the wrong facilitation of Mercury retrograde. Rather, we want to take it to the positive reason why Mercury is doing these things to us, which is pay attention, fix it up, tidy it up, make sure it works correctly, pay attention to the details, read your contract properly before you sign, pay attention to the language that people speak to you, pay attention to what people are saying to you, Be mindful of what you're saying to people. Think before you speak. Really kind of contemplate for a moment. Stop, take a breath, ask yourself, what is it that I really want to express rather than react? How can I make myself clear, understood, to make sure there is no confusion? Refining, redefining our communication, our expression, our personal environment, fixing the house. Virgo season, Sun is in Virgo, Venus is in Virgo. And so Virgo rules being grounded, being present, being down to earth, detoxing, decluttering, clearing, perfecting, paying attention to the details, analytical. And so when we have the Sun and Venus in Virgo, it brings that focus into our soul, into our personal life, into our health, into our relationships, into our job, our career, our money, our investments, our values. So we're all going through a process of decluttering and detoxing and perfecting and analyzing and being present, being grounded, and kind of getting our shit together and clearing out the mess and getting more refined, getting more precise, getting more fact-based, getting more truthful. Cutting out the alcohol, the drugs, the shopping, the reality TV, the news, the media, whatever affects you. Clearing your living room, your kitchen, your garage, your bedroom, throwing away clothes that are small, that are no longer good for you, giving them to charity. Fixing your diet, eating more vegetables, more fruits, drinking more water, taking your vitamins. This is kind of the Virgo season, Sun and Venus in Virgo. Hello, Jenaline. Hello, Simone. Fantastic. A huge meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Okay. Medical, legal. Yes. So we're going to talk about this now, okay? Whatever is happening to all of us right now, we need to we need to pay attention very much. You see Mercury retrograde. We need to pay attention. No, Ami, just a second. We need to pay attention very much. It is very karmic. It is very dharmic. There is very big importance to what's happening to all of us right now. Number one, Mercury retrograde means that Mercury is now going into... You remember what I said about Mercury? It's like, hey, check this out. Now really look into it. Okay, now let's go. So we've done the check this out of Mercury direct. Mercury went through these degrees in August. Now Mercury is going to check this out. So it's like, hey, you remember that problem that came up a few weeks ago? We really need to look into that. Now, what does that problem relate to? What can we get more about it? Mercury is in Libra, so it's about fairness, relationships, justice, truth, honesty, equality. And so it's things around that, whether it's lack of fairness or lack of equality or lack of balance in our relationship, whether it's lack of justice. We are looking into that so we can really understand how to fix it. Now, as we go through this week, what I want you to look at is, the main thing is this. Mars on the 13th degree of Gemini here is building up, you see the red line? Square to Venus, 12 degrees Virgo. So as we go through these days into Saturday, Venus is coming up, Mars is coming up, and they're already square, you can see. 13 degrees 47 minutes, Mars. Venus 12 degrees 44, so they're only 1 degree and 1 degree and 3 minutes away. Venus moves faster than Mars. Mars is slowing down. So remember, at the moment all the planets retrograde, Mars is slowing down. Venus is the only planet moving direct, clean territory, so the main focus is Venus. So it's the Venus in our life that is guiding the way. It's our relationships, it's our love, it's our money, it's our jobs, it's our career, it's our sex life, it's our sensuality, it's our pleasures of life, it's our quality of life, it's our values, it's our health. Those are the things that are kind of guiding the way. We need to create that, we need to focus on that. The north node of the moon being in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, meaning the future collective destiny, is focusing all about that. We need to create a new future destiny in our Taurus, which is our Venus. So the Venus Taurus is very strong. Now, as we go through these days, once Venus gets to the 18 degrees of Virgo, Venus will trine Uranus. This is also happening on this weekend. Very, very good. But on the way there, we have the challenge. The challenge of Venus square Mars. Now, every cycle of planets is the same like the new moon, full moon. When the planets conjunct, it's the new moon. There is a new intention that is being initiated. And then as the planets move, they come to the square. So this is the first square between Venus and Mars. So the intention that we have created when Venus and Mars were conjunct is now coming through the friction challenge point of like, so how are we going on the way there? What needs to change to get there? Because you wanted something, well, now do the work. Show me how you're actually doing it. So we are facing these challenges, okay? Chat room, just a moment. April, hello April. And John Hermao, hola John. And so Venus square Mars is this big thing I'm talking about into this weekend. While Venus is squaring Mars, Mercury is coming back into the 4th degree of Libra, and it's going to do the second opposition to Jupiter. So this I spoke about last love stream. Listen to it if you need to. Mercury direct, opposition to Jupiter, stationed, opposition to Jupiter, moved a bit forward. Then now Mercury retrogrades, second stationing with Jupiter, it will go back and then it will come forward, and the third one. So this is the second one. Mercury, our local environment, our immediate thoughts and expression, communication, and Jupiter, what we believe in, and the big ideas and the big stories. So, Mercury will be like the broadcaster, and Jupiter will be that fairy tale story that the broadcaster is delivering. Jupiter is that big knowledge, universal wisdom. And Jupiter is in Aries, retrograding. Everyone thinks that they know everything. Everyone thinks that they know the truth. Everyone's fighting over different conspiracy theories, and everyone's spreading information, and I found the truth, this is the truth. And then comes Mercury in Libra and it's like, no, but that's not fair. You say that about that person. That's not fair. You're not saying that about that person. And so, for example, how this Venus square Mars, Mercury opposition to Jupiter for me today, I went onto my Instagram page just to check how the post I did 2 days ago is doing regarding the sound healing. And suddenly I see that a friend of my whatever decided to post on my Instagram page, on my post, a very discriminating negative comment of defamation. Low-key scumbags, low-key people with no morals, based on gossip they have heard and based on toxic input they have received, they have decided that it's right for them to go into a public page of someone and defame me, basically. So, what do? You report it to Instagram, you block them, you delete it, and you're going to sue them for defamation. No worries. You will see me, you will hear from me. Not now, in a few months from now, you will hear from me. But that's the thing, it's like, what is this? You, Jupiter and Aries, you believe that you have the right to do what you think is right based on what you believe to be true, to post on my personal Mercury in Libra, the page where I connect with people and have my relationship, your toxicity with Mars square Venus, because you think that I am that, and so you decide to challenge that. Get a life, mate. Just focus on yourself, do your thing. But if you are unchecked, unaware of this energy, you go now and you start this toxic toxic exchange of abuse. You abuse them, they abuse you. You're going to arguments, you're going to fights, you waste energy. Nah, much easier. Okay, thank you for letting me know that you are not a part of my circle. You are not a part of my life. You do not deserve to be a part of my page. Blocked, delete, report. See you later. Easy. I didn't waste any energy. Simple as that. So, for example, I'm giving you this, yeah? So on top of the fact that we have this friction between the sexes, Venus is the feminine, Venus is the feminine, Mars is the masculine. Mars is in Gemini, Venus is in Virgo. Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury, while Mercury is retrograde in opposition to Jupiter. So it's very mental. It's very, very mental. And you can find yourself going very confused, very overwhelmed, very anxious, cuckoo land, like you can drive yourself nuts. I have all these problems, I don't know what to do, it's overwhelming me, how do I solve this? Why this happened to me? All these problems, all these issues, if you will go there, that's why I came on Love Stream tonight. To tell you, don't go there. Don't go there. It's a very intense, very crazy energy. I said at the beginning of this month, September is a mental health month. You have to be very cautious, use discrimination of Virgo. Be very discriminating in what you watch, what you read, what you listen to, which environment you're in. If you're in a negative environment, negative people, negative talk, negative concept, just get out of there. Just take your action. Mars in Gemini. Take immediate action in your local environment. Take immediate action in your interactions. Take immediate action in your connection, friendships, negotiation. Just you choose to act in a certain way, it doesn't work well, change it. That's Gemini. So the positive thing about having Mars in Gemini, it gives us that ability to act. Change. I have a new idea, I'm going for it. I realize something about this person, I'm moving away. I've realized I don't like this communication, I'm changing it. I said that, but that was wrong. Mercury retrograde, misunderstanding. Let me explain myself. Sorry, let's stop for a moment. Okay, I want to take back what I just said. It's not really what I meant. What I really want to convey to you is that this is how I feel. This is how it makes me feel. And I would really like to achieve a situation where we can achieve this, and that. For example, something is heating up. There is anger and upset coming in conversation. Stop, walk away, time out. If you're in a relationship and you have this situation, have a keyword. Have a keyword that you and your partner can pull out of nowhere, and you both know that if one of you pulls that keyword, it's like, let's just take time out and walk away because we are not in the right vibe and this can only go bad. So it could be banana, it could be pineapple, it can be mango, it can be like mango, and you stop there, and you stop, and you walk away. And you self-reflect. You take a moment. Wait a second. I'm a bit reactive in my emotions. I can sense that I'm not in the emotional state I would like to be in when I converse this subject. So let me go outside. Let me take a few deep breaths. Let me regulate myself. Now let's come back. Now let's talk again. Or maybe an hour later. Or maybe it's a too heated subject. Better to leave for 6 hours later. Maybe for another day. Okay? So Mars in Gemini, everyone's talking, everyone taking action, everyone expressing, everyone communicating, everyone asserting. Mars is assertion. It's anger, it's frustration, it's upset, it's power. Everyone feeling powerless in some way because the world situation is not that empowering. Everyone's struggling in a way. Like what the manager of the real estate agent explained to me today is that the reason why the agent spoke to me like that is because the owner of the property spoke to her like that, so she was under pressure and stress, so she gave me that vibe. But I said, with all the respect, I'm a good tenant. I don't deserve to receive that vibe. Like, I was searching for a human interaction, of a bit of empathy, a bit of compassion, a bit of understanding, rather than being barked on. It's like, excuse me, I do not deserve that. The manager understood me very well. She explained to me that she's going to do this, and that. And she said, if you can please do me a favor, let's just put this to bed and move on. And I said, I agree. Let's put this to bed and move on. I don't want problem, you don't want problem. I just wanted to raise that to you. So I'm giving you this on purpose, personal example to see how it inspires you when you will face kind of a situation where suddenly you've been hit. You can be in a total cool state. Everything is cool. You just meditated. You have your coffee. You have your this, and suddenly you get a phone call that just threw you out of the window. Especially when the moon was with Uranus. And so then now Venus and Mars coming into this square is kind of like it's the battle of the sexes. It's like the feminine and the masculine, both in Virgo and Gemini. Mercury ruled. It's mental. Everyone's in their head. Everyone is troubled. Everyone's confused. Mercury is retrograde. All the planets are retrograde. No one is having their way the way they want it to be. No one. 6 planets out of 7 are in retrograde. The only planets moving direct are 2, which is Venus and Mars. Mars is slowing down already to his shadow, and Venus and Mars, being the only planets moving direct, are now in a friction. Thank you. Oh, amazing. Lovely. Why not? Anything more? Oh, I've prepared this thing for us just to have a bit of a laugh. You know, it's important to have a bit of a laugh, right? So it's like, this is one of my favorite memes. It's been used in many ways, but you know, just to kind of lighten up the load a bit. Let's have a bit of a laugh. Oh, actually, just a second. I need to take the mantra down, right? But this man is hilarious. It's a very famous meme because he goes into this burst of laugh, and it's the most hilarious laugh you ever heard in your life. Okay, there you go. Listen to this.
Voy a la playa, ya subió la marea. Jesús, había subido la marea con su paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada. Metí entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y adentro la vende paellera. ¡Asómate, mira dónde llega el agua!
I just brought that up because like sometimes we need to have a bit of a laugh, man. Life is so crazy. It can be so crazy sometimes, so full on, that we just need to remind ourselves, hey, let's just laugh a bit. It's like if we can make the drama, you know, if we can take the human drama and turn it into a cosmic comedy, everything will look differently. And so you get upset, you get frustrated. Instead of judging yourself, condemning yourself, putting yourself down, what about like taking it lighthearted and laughing at yourself? Like, oh my God, I fell down the trap again. And it's like, I can't believe I just got upset over this. It's ridiculous. And make it lighthearted. And it's like if someone comes into friction with you, bring in a bit of lightness, a bit of humor. It's like, look, we're just misunderstanding. It's okay. Nothing happened, right? Stephen, I knew you're going to laugh because you understand the language. Hello, Nick and Tonya. Hello. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Kali Rasta. Hello, welcome. And so back to the chart. This is what I want to explain to you. This Venus and Mars, we're talking about... as always, there's light and shadow into this, right? So the shadow is tensity, friction, fights, arguments, heated words, both sexes coming head to head, boom, 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 boom. It doesn't have to be a woman and a man. It can be a very soft man and a very masculine woman. It can be a very a soft employee and a very strong, assertive boss. It can be a very soft customer service provider and a very strong, assertive client. It can be in many different forms, but the bottom line, it will challenge the dynamic of our feminine and masculine, and it, again, Virgo, Gemini, it relates to the mind. Mercury retrograde relates to the mind. So we all being challenged in a very intense way while everything else is going retrograde. It's kind of like, for God's sake! But it's not against us, it's for us. The universe wants us to pay attention to what needs to change, what must change, okay? It's happening as Mercury is opposition to Jupiter, so it's the way we think about relationship, it's the way we think equality is, it's the way we think justice or balance or fairness is, that is being asked to be reviewed by the opposition to Jupiter in Aries. Aries is self. Jupiter is big knowledge, big values, big philosophy. So, we have this philosophy of life and what we know, that the way life should be, and the knowledge we have accumulated, the degree or the title or the teachings that we have, or maybe we when Jupiter moved into Aries at the beginning of the year, we all created a new story for ourselves. We are aiming for a new self, a new creation of self, and we have acquired new information, new teachings, new knowledge, and now it's going back to say, okay, so I kind of took a bit everything on, but now when I'm aligning this with my Mercury, my lower mind in Libra, I need to check into the balance of things. So there's a bit of friction here as well between big belief and philosophy and the guru and the philosophers and the professors and the doctors and the presidents and the government and the know-it-all, and the people mind lower thinking on perception. So perception is being requested to be altered, to be changed, to be looked into, in order to gain the Jupiter in Aries, the whole new wisdom of self, a whole new understanding of self, right? I am now 11 months dealing with the family court system. I never knew anything about court system and law and order and all this before. And God, oh, how much I've learned. How much I have learned, unfortunately, through this experience. And so I have this whole accumulation of new knowledge and new understanding of the legal system, of the law and order, of all these things, and it challenges my old perception of it, and it also asks me to make sure that I understand it correctly and I'm not creating false understanding, false perception, false philosophy. So see how that works for you. And so Mercury opposition to Jupiter, Venus square Mars, and the Sun coming up into opposition to Neptune. So the soul in Virgo is searching to detox and to be present and to look at facts and be factual and kind of really analytical and perfect the essence of the soul I am. And it's opposing Neptune, our big fantasies and our dreams and you know, our spirituality, our multidimensionality. Hypersensitivity, our emotional bodies, in that essence of, wait a second, I'm learning something here about this new wisdom, new knowledge that is searching alignment. My feminine and masculine are being challenged by this friction that is got to do with my perception, understanding, and now the Sun with Neptune, I am looking into my own fantasies and dreams, illusions, delusions, deceptions, and I'm realizing things and I'm learning things. So this brings a lot of reality check to everyone. This brings a lot of a very deep introspective analytical mind. It's, excuse the expression, but it's a mind fuck. That's the honest truth. It's a total mind fuck. So what I'm trying to say to you all by coming to you tonight is like, be aware that this is the potential. There is the potential to be overwhelmed, to be anxious, to be stressed, to be worried, to be confused, to overthink, overprocess, to have friction, to have arguments, to have battles, to go into heated wars, to go into fights, into shit galore. Leave alone that this means like Venus square Mars is like this. It's both of them. It's the axis of sexuality. Venus, sexuality, sensuality, intimate relationship, Mars, penetration, sex, desire. So this is coming into the picture now. And if you're in a healthy relationship, this means, you know, you can kind of really kind of use that energy to have exciting sexuality, to merge, to connect, to recognize each other strength and to lean on that and to feed that and to kind of really harvest that. But if you're in an unhealthy relationship with frustration, especially if there is sexual frustration, oh my God, this is kind of going to be very testing. This is going to be like, you know what, I'm so dry, I'm about to die, and if you're not going to do something about it, I'm going to drink from the neighbor's well. And so this is potential of affairs. This is potential of chasing fantasies and illusions. You know, you find yourself in a relationship that doesn't have much intimacy or doesn't satisfy you sexually. Suddenly someone outside of you comes, gives you a bit of the right attention, and boom, you are fantasizing about having an amazing sexual experience with him, and boom, suddenly he messages you and suddenly you find yourself flirting and kind of starting to head towards an affair. You're doing the Sun opposition to Neptune, you're kind of following a fantasy or a dream. So this is also a big warning of scam galore. Be careful of charlatans, be careful of scammers, be careful of liars, be careful of manipulators, be careful of people that will try to convince you that this is good for you. If it's too good to be true, walk away. Use a lot of discernment. Do not fully trust things that come into you from other people. And I don't mean to, promote distrust between people. I'm just saying this energy is the best energy for the sneaky people. This is sneaky liars, manipulators, scammers that will just gonna try and do whatever they can do to deceive you, to abuse you, to use and abuse you, to lie to you, to manipulate you. So be aware of that. And be aware of the concept of having the sexual frustration. If you're in a relationship that is worthy of keeping and maintaining and working on, be aware that this could potentially cause you like a bit of wandering eyes or fantasies of going and having affairs or looking elsewhere and things like that. And this can only bring you kind of like unpleasant results later on, because again, it's very highly karmic. So it's quite intense. Now let's add another dimension into it. All this is happening while Saturn on the 19 degrees of Aquarius is squaring Uranus 18 degrees of Taurus. It's closing in further and further. They are now exactly 1 degree apart, which is already a square. And so this is the fourth final square. We had 3 of them in 2021. So it's like, Saturn versus Uranus, contraction versus expansion, centralized versus decentralized, law and order regulation versus the rebellious of the people, freedom seeking, breaking free against like you should do this and do that and do this and do that. It's the friction of the system and the people, law and order and rebels, the free spirit and the old doctrine. We know what happened last year in the world with the situation of the poo and the Jews. And so this is coming to a head now. I won't be surprised if over the coming month or two we're going to see kind of a rising wave of similar nature, of attempt to put big suppression again or big kind of controlling things, because this energy is the challenge. But that will only feed on the desire and the need of the people to break free into a whole new future. So we will see how this unfolds, but in your personal life you have these restrictions with people. Aquarius, the people, the people of the world. Saturn, restriction, karma, boundaries, maturity, responsibility, due diligence, that is challenging your Uranus, your rebellion self. You want to break free, you want to have excitement, you want to be, you want to evolve and revolutionize your life. You want to have, you just out of the box, you just want to do that radical change. So this is building up in the background. The highlight is coming in a few weeks, right? So this is very serious, very big. And then the Mars Venus is coming as like an ignition to that. It's coming as like zzzt, zzzt. Now, this is where it gets even more interesting. Let's take a breath. Now we go into multidimensionality of this. Mars on the 13th degree of Gemini is in shadow. It's gonna go to the 25th degree Gemini and then retrograde back to the 8th. So whatever Mars is doing now is check this out. At the end of this month, 1st of October, I think Mars go retrograde, and then it's like, now let's do something about it. Now Mars is the planet of action. Take action, do something about it, assert your way, penetrate desire, ego, power, action. So think that now Mars in Gemini, first take is like the warrior takes his sword out of. And then when Mars goes retrograde, it goes like. And then when Mars goes direct, it goes like, chuck, cut the code. It's done. And so pay attention to everything that is happening to you in your life now. And now I'm going to give you a hint. Where Mars is now, and where Mars is going to be traveling over the coming week, 2 weeks, this is the region, 13th degree to the 20th degree, where Venus had a Venus eclipse, Venus conjunct Sun, in every 8 years. So this is the points of time for you to write down to see what connects for you. June 1996. June 2004. June 2012. June 2020. 2020, 2012, 2004, 96. Regarding your Venus, relationships, love, sexuality, money, job, career, values, health. 2020, the poo started. 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar. 2004, we can dig into history and see what happened on a collective level. 96, we can see. But in your personal life, what happened? I know what it is for me. 2020, that which is now broken has started to break down. 2012, the signs of it began. 2004, I had an ex-girlfriend that was of similar nature to what's happening to me now. 96, I was a teenager. It was my first kind of like rejection. And so I know for me there's been like symbols of rejection, betrayal, abandonment, cheat, lies, and mistreatment in relationships, you know? So now, so what are we doing with that? So Mars is now taking action in the same places where Venus had those eclipses, which means that Mars is now activating and initiating the needed change action in the places that we need to connect the dots, and it's going to do it 3 times. Now 1, then retrograde, and then forward. And so this is very significant, because again, remember, Venus is the only planet direct, clear. So it's all about the Venus in our life. North node of the moon is in Taurus. It's all about the Taurus Venus, our future destiny. Uranus square Saturn. It's a necessary revolution. We need a revolutionary change to break free from restriction relationships with other people. Change of karma. We have to change the karma in our physical reality, in our love life, in our money, in our relationship, in our values, in our health. We have to take radical action, revolutionary action to break free from the past, to do things differently, to change the way we act, to change the way we think. Mercury retrograde, opposition to Jupiter. We have to change the way we perceive it, think about it, process it, communicate it, which means that it's challenged by our philosophy, our value system, our knowledge, our teachings that we need to change. Mars comes into square with Venus, and it's kind of the friction is in our face. It's between our masculine and our feminine, our ego mind and our spirit heart. Between you and your partner, between you and your boss, you and your colleagues, you and your friends, and it's all coming to the bottom line. What is a part of your future and what must go? We are in Virgo season. Declutter, detox. Look at the details. It's in your face. You don't need to think too much. You don't need to process too much. Sun opposition to Neptune. What is an illusion? What is a fantasy? What is your real dream? Sun shining the light into Neptune is like, hey, what is your real dream? Now I want to show it to you on the. Let me just look at the chat room. Roina, hello, Roina. Yes, nice surprise. I want to show it to you now on the 3D. So how does it look on a 3D? Let's see. Here's the 3D. And so, excuse me, I'm just gonna cough. So we're talking about this, you see, here is the Earth, right? So here is the square. You've got Venus, 90 degrees, Mars, that's the square, okay? Venus is in Virgo, Mars is in Gemini, okay? So this is the square. So from the Earth, we're kind of like action, 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 challenge here, alright? At the same time, we've got the Mercury. Here's Mercury here. Mercury opposition to Jupiter, you see? Mercury, Earth, Jupiter. So this is the opposition to Jupiter. So we have the big wisdom, big knowledge, big teachings, the Guru, Master Yoda on one hand. That it is like, hey, if you want to get the rewards, the new rewards, if you want to get your new kind of wisdom, your new knowledge, your new storyline in Aries, which you want to create for the next 12 years, there is some changes here in your local mind, in Mercury in Libra. There's some changes here that you need to make in order to find a better balance, equality, and fairness in your perception, in your communication. So it's like, first of all, we touched base a week ago, and here we are again. So we're trying to teach you here something you need to understand. But what does it relate to, universe? What does it relate to? Oh, what does it relate to? Well, there is something that your Venus and your Mars are challenging you in order to understand your masculine, your feminine, your relationships, the way you act, the way you make love, the way you interact with people, the relationship you choose to have, the people you choose to interact with, your investment, your job, your career. So for each one it will be in a different aspect, depends on the houses that it falls for you. Now, the other thing is, here is the Sun, Earth, Neptune. So this is a big thing. The Earth is passing through Neptune, so we are in massive dream time. The Earth is entering dream time medicine with the shaman in the Amazon having ayahuasca, sitting for a massive dream time download of what is the new dream of the Earth. Right? What is the new dream of the Earth? When is it going to happen again? Let's see. Here. Next time, 16th of March 2023. Okay? When is it going to happen again? Here. September 2023. Okay? But let's go back to now. So I'm taking it to the 17. Here is the 17. Sun, Earth, Neptune. Mercury, Earth, Jupiter. And here's the square. Mars, Earth, Venus. Okay? It's quite intense. So now, over here where Mars is, and where Mars is gonna travel, right? So between here and here, this area, this is where Venus was conjunct the Sun, Venus eclipse. So Mars is now activating what Venus was receiving initiation of in, let's go there. I'm going to, no, let's write the date. Let's go to 2012. Going to 2012 now. June. 6th of June. Okay. Here is the eclipse. Earth, Venus, Sun. This was in the same zone where Mars is now activating. Alright? So this is one. And then if we go to 2006. 2004, 8th of June 2004, 8th of June 2004, Earth, Venus, Sun, okay? And why am I showing you this? Because where we had this Venus eclipse, meaning this is an initiation. It's the Sun illuminates into Venus and creates a new cycle, so it happens every 8 years. And 96, 2004, 2012, and 2020 all happened in the region of 13 degrees Gemini to 20 degree Gemini, where Mars is doing is now is retrograde. So I'm showing it to you on purpose to give you a hint of what is this relating to. If I go to 96, 96 was the 10th of June. And here it is again, Earth, Venus, Sun, okay? So if I'll go to now actual time now, Mars is going out through this place, right? This is the same place where we had all the Venus eclipses. And as he's going through this, he's now squaring Venus. So very, very symbolic. Now, if I want to show it to you on the charts now, actually one more thing about that while we're looking at it. Saturn square Uranus, okay? So as the Earth is moving, here it is, it comes here, and from the Earth point of view, here is the square Uranus, Earth, Saturn. And then it breaks, and by the time it comes, they're moving, so that square is finished. But this is the final one, the final square of this Saturn square Uranus. At the same time, we still have the ongoing of Pluto. I showed it to you last time as well. Pluto square Aries. So again, power assertion with the rebellious goddess of the activist marching the streets for the sake of the children, for the unprivileged, speaking for justice. So Aries is fueling the people marching the street and voicing their opinions in order to protect the privileged, the unprivileged, and the kids and the abused ones against the corruption, abuse of power, abuse of sex, abuse of money. That's in the background. We have Uranus, the revolutionary rebellion, radical change, wants to break free. Squaring with the Saturn, the old structure, the patriarchy, the system, the law and order, the karma of the past. And then this is in the backdrops, and then in the small drops, we're now having the Earth in Dreamtime Medicine passing through. Where are you? Where are you? Neptune. There you are. Is this now? Oh, sorry, I need to go to now. Here is the Earth passing Neptune. We are now in dream time. So what Earth are we dreaming? What Earth, what physical reality are we dreaming? And that's why Neptune is magic, alchemy. That is why Neptune is also ruling media. Neptune is ruling propaganda, illusions, deception, lies. This is why the Earth is being captured by so much input of propaganda and fear, that we are going into this and this and that, and there is all this thing happening here because there are forces of black magic operating in the same way there are forces of white magic operating, and that's why this is a spiritual calling for the people of the Earth to be what we have come here to be, to dream a life of love and light on planet Earth, to believe in our transcendence, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, to remember that there is divine intervention, divine guidance, divine supervision, divine plan. Even suffering is coming from Creator, even pain is coming from Creator, even loss is coming from Creator, because something new will be born, a new blessing, a new reward will come from that. So we need to find the healing in the losses of illusions and dreams and things that are fantasies that have just been smashed. This is kind of a shattered reality, and we are all shedding old dreams, old perception, old fantasies that we had based on our wisdom that we thought, and beliefs and values and teachings that is now challenging our mind to change perception, change the way we think, change our sources of information, change our perspective. And in that way, we will be able to change the way we manifest our Venus and Mars, the way we interact with our Venus and Mars, our relationship, our sexuality, masculine, feminine, assertion, money, sex, job, career, health, values, home, family. So it's quite big. It's quite big. It's quite big. It is 9:30. It's 1 hour of a love stream. I think that's a long shot Bishop, hello, brother Bishop. No, doing Sunday. I will come back at you on Sunday. We will do Sunday love stream. This is just a short one to guide you through the coming days. Now, let me show it to you on the chart before we finish of what is actually going to look like, right? And so we're going to take you through the days, and what I want you to look at is how Venus, 12 degrees, and Mars, 13 degrees, are both going to move into that square on the 15th degree. Mercury here is going to go back into opposition to Jupiter, and the Sun is moving forward into opposition with Neptune. There you go. Here we go into tomorrow night, Friday night. Venus 14, Mars 14, 15. Oh, and by the way, just to top it up, while this Venus and Mars square is happening, who is coming to join the party? The Moon! Yes, why not? I mean, of course. Moon conjunct Mars, square Venus, Saturday morning. We have sound healing meditation on Saturday at 2 p.m. and at 6 p.m. I promise you, it will be very beneficial. It will be very needed. If you cannot join us, please, if you can join us, join us. It will be very beneficial. If you cannot join us, this is a very high recommendation in the coming days into this weekend. Avoid by all means drugs, alcohol, substances, gambling, Sun opposition to Neptune. This might all become too much. You might be overwhelmed mentally, head fuck, mind fuck, whatever you want to call it. And then what people do, they choose to escape Neptune. Escaping through substance, through alcohol, through drugs, through Netflix, through whatever. The real medicine to use is to express this Mars square Venus, this frustration, these challenges through exercise, through dance, through, Sun opposition to Neptune. Be creative, find a creative outlet, sculpture, dancing, play music, take your drum, pick up your something and do something. Go for a walk. If you're in a relationship and you can have a beautiful sexual interaction, this could be awesome for an amazing sexual interaction. If you are single, you can expect yourself to have a sexual aura that will be more attractive than usual, and you might get more attention than usual, but you need to be careful of the sneaky scammer, narcissist, manipulators, abusers, and liars and deceiters. And yes, use discernment, be wise. But overall, if you are dating, you need to be cautious and just use discernment. The people you date, don't just fully trust and fully surrender. Although with Sun and Neptune, it is a bit of like, how can we surrender to all this chaos, to all these problems? Like, if we can't find a solution, can we surrender that problem-solving thought process and do the Sun opposition to Neptune and Mercury opposition to Jupiter by taking action Mars in Gemini in our mental plane of let's go and meditate? Sometimes when we put the trouble and problem to rest, in the middle of stillness or middle of just like enjoying the moment, suddenly an inspiration comes in and we have a solution. So if you find yourself digging too much or too intense, trying to find solution, problem solving, and you get into mental anxiety and confusion and trouble, walk away, step away, meditate, go for a walk, exercise. If you're single and you find your sexual aura not attracting any new thing, and you're not in a relationship and you don't have that, I hope this doesn't insult anyone or doesn't, embarrass anyone, but self-pleasure, that's what it is. Serve yourself. Be there for yourself if you need to, in order to express that need, that desire, because you might feel it. But yeah, creativity is another great way. Even if you're in a relationship and you're a bit frustrated sexually and you had an argument these coming days or weekend and you know that there's no chance for you to have an outlet, you're also allowed to serve yourself if you're in need. So yeah, it's pretty intense. So Friday night into Saturday morning, the moon will be in Gemini. We're gonna feel a bit confused emotionally maybe. When it comes to Mars, it's going to be all kind of need to act, wanting to do something. You may feel anxious. You may feel all kind of things. You may be challenged. It's square to Venus. Relationships may be challenging. The Sun here, 24, position to Neptune, 24. Don't get lost in your illusion, fantasies, dreams. Mercury, 6 degrees, opposition to Jupiter. It goes more into the next few days. At the same time, Mars on the 14 degrees at the same time is also aligning with the South Node in Scorpio and with Chiron. So there's this yod between Mars to South Node to Chiron. South Node Scorpio, don't go to the same old places. Don't fall down the dark traps of those people that you know that they just want to argue with you, your auntie or your mother or your cousin or your friend or your partner. You recognize that vibration, you know exactly what is going. Don't go there. Remember, this is very karmic. It got to do with 2020, 2012, 2004, 96. There is some pattern here, karmic pattern, that you must recognize and change. So when Mars aligns with the South Node in Scorpio, it's the past way of doing things that is abusive, traumatic, painful, and giving your power away. Don't do that. Don't go there. Change your pattern. Change the way you walk with this energy. But it's going to be challenging. I'm just warning you. It's going to be challenging. Make sure you eat well. Virgo season, this is the best way to treat the mind with some love and care. Eat well. Make sure that the guts are sorted as well. Drink water. Eat good food. Take your vitamins. Take your supplements. Nourish the mind. Nourish the body. Nourish the guts. Detox. Don't drink alcohol. Don't take drugs. Don't escape. Meditate. Be creative. Go for a walk. Take it easy. And use music. Neptune. Use music, Let's bring back our beautiful Sam Jarrett there, who's doing that kind of vibe for us. So, where's the chat room? Let me say goodbye to everyone. It was nice to spend the evening with you. I really enjoyed spending the evening with you. You're an awesome family. If you haven't heard at the beginning, please press like and subscribe to our channel. Support us in that way. Join our Patreon. By the way, congratulations to Ethereum for a successful merge. So they have done the merge. Exciting. Excellent. Very good. What else? There's more. There's always more. So there is more I could say tonight. I have here a whole list of things, but I think I covered pretty much what I want to share with you. I will see you on Sunday night for further love stream that we'll talk about the coming week afterwards. Lots of love to you all. Welcome Ruth, Dana, Bishop, Rowena, Simone. Awesome. Happy birthday for Sunday, Simone. Happy birthday, my darling. I love you. I wish you all the best. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Jules. The media is gonna go nuts. The world is gonna look like it's going crazy. There's some. By the way, I didn't speak about that. We are gonna go into really shit galore now. So, also this is the time, guys, to get your action plan. Make sure your checklist is finalized and prepared. Don't wait for the final sirens to hit you. Yeah. As always, the tips are similar. Make sure you've got some silver coins. Make sure you get some cash at home. Make sure you've got some stock of food and water. Make sure that you are ready for disruptions. Make sure you're ready for changes in our physical reality. It's going to happen, but we'll get through it. So, love you all. Good night. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't fall down the trap. Look at this karmic pattern. Change it. Reflect. Don't react. Act. For love, with love. I love you all. Have a good night. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. Good night. Peace. Love you. Bye.
I choose to live in love. I am joy.